Hello, and welcome to Surviving the Narcissist. This is Wanda, and on this channel, we look at narcissism from a professional. I'm a certified life coach, and I specialize in narcissistic abuse recovery. Personal, I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, and spiritual, because narcissistic abuse affects a person, um, mind, body, and soul. So, on today's episode, we're going to look at when you start your journey to recovery from narcissistic abuse, people don't believe you. And we're going to look at some of the reasons why people don't believe you. Because the first step to healing is to acknowledge that I was in a toxic relationship. I was in a relationship with a narcissist. So that's the first step. So you might be tempted, which is natural, that you want to talk and share about your experiences. But when you talk about your experience, be prepared that people will not believe you. And before I go any further, please like and share this channel so more people can know that there is recovery and help and hope for people that have been impacted by narcissistic abuse. And also visit the website www Vision of Recovery because I have other resources concerning narcissistic abuse. So, one thing is why they don't believe you is because narcissists are very manipulative. And there's various ways that they manipulate. So they not only manipulate people who, as myself, was a affected or impacted by narcissistic abuse. I don't consider myself a victim. I'm an overcomer and survivor. But we were impacted by their manipulation, by their lies. And just like we were impacted and affected, they manipulate and lie other people. But we might have been the target. We were the target of the abuse. So, one reason, or the first reason, is because they assassinate your character. So, when you share with people about what happened to you, because if they go back to the person, whoever that person is, they say, well, this person shared that this happened to them. Well, their first response is going to be, they're crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. They're a liar. They don't like me. They're a troublemaker. They're jealous. Uh, they're going to say anything to assassinate your character. So, excuse me, that's one reason why people don't believe you. Then number two, most narcissistic abuse starts in the family. And because we were the target of narcissistic abuse, a lot of times it because of our behaviors and things that we have learned to accept, like we accepted abuse as being normal, a lot of times we end up being the target of narcissistic abuse in our work relationships, our places of worships, any other personal relationships, romantic relationships. So because it started in the family, the number one rule is to protect the family image. So if your family had a particular image, when you come out and say, well, no, I know the image was that they were loving, that they were kind, that, um, you know, we loved each other. That's not what really was going on. It was more performative. It was an act. It was what we had to do. Because, of course, if you stepped out of line concerning your role in the family, you were retaliated against. Because that's what I was the black sheep of the family growing up. And now I'm still the black sheep because I'm the truth teller. So nobody knows what I'm talking about. I'm just out here on my own. And nothing ever happened. Um, Also, this goes along with the family image. It's the family beliefs or the values of the family. So just like we call it a dysfunctional family because all families have rules and they have values. But in a dysfunctional family, the rules and values are different. So what goes on the family stays in the family. So that goes against what you learn in recovery is that you're as sick as your secrets. Or the first step to recovery is to acknowledge what had happened. So that goes against the family rules that nobody knows what you're talking about. Everybody plays dumb, and they just go along to get along. So when you go against the family system, um, even though it's people in the family that they know what happened and they know the truth, there's fear against going against the family system because they see what happened to you. So if you're ostracized or the black sheep of the family because you don't go along with what the family narrative or the family image is, then they're like, well, I don't want to be ostracized. I don't want to be not invited to things or however they treat you because you um, don't play by the family's rules. So there's a fear of repercussions. Another reason why people don't believe you is because the information has been so manipulated and twisted. So dysfunctional families function by disinformation. So because it's such lying and gaslighting and other forms of manipulation, people don't know right from left, up from down. So when you tell them things, it's like, well, I just don't believe you. And a lot of it, and the last reason why people don't believe you is because there is a lack of tangible evidence. Because just like if you say, well, I feel like I was the black sheep of the family, everybody in the family will say, no, you weren't the black sheep. And even if you give them examples, they'll say, well, that's just how you felt. You know, you weren't the black sheep. That's not why we treated you like that. So there's like a lack of tangible evidence that you can really say, well, I know that this happened. Or if you use the word like, well, I was expected to play a particular role in the family. Well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with having a particular type of image? What you want? What kind of image do you wanted our family to have? Because all the behavior in a dysfunctional family is normal to that family system. So, what are the solutions? What are some of the actions that you can take? One is believe yourself. No, I know this is what happened. I know this is what happened. So first, when you believe yourself, that's empowering yourself against further, manipulation, gaslighting, love bombing. It's a first boundary. It's a beginning of having a boundary. Number two, stand in your truth. Stand in your truth and don't try to change other people's opinion. You cannot change a narcissist. You cannot change the flying monkeys or the people that enable them. You cannot change people that don't want to be changed. You can't make people believe if they don't want to believe. And what you have to start doing is detaching. And detaching starts with establishing boundaries. So you have boundaries about how you interact with your family or how you interact with the narcissist. Because we know it's not always possible to just leave particular situations. Also, you need to have a support system or get help from people that are experienced in narcissistic abuse recovery because we believe you. I believe you because I've been there. And until next time, before I go, like I said, please visit my website, www.visionalrecovery, and also comment your experience of trying to explain to people what happened to you or what narcissistic abuse is or what you went through in those relationships. And when you visit the website, I also do one-on-one coaching, and I also have resources. And until next time, be blessed.